You are watching an ORACLOUD Plus Training as a Service video snippet. Snippets are concise, targeted tutorials explaining how to use, configure, integrate, deploy, and support Oracle's Fusion Cloud applications. Snippets are delivered via FAST, the Fusion Application Support Tool. FAST is accessible via the web at www.oracloud.plus. No more watching hours of Learning Path style videos to get to the 5-minute snippet you need. Learn Oracle's Fusion Cloud applications in minutes, not hours.
Hello and welcome to the Purchase Orders video presentation. This video is intended for beginners looking to learn more about Fusion's purchase order capabilities. It explains the what, where, when, why, who, and how for Fusion's Procurement Cloud purchase order application. This video snippet, as with all ORACLOUD Plus video snippets, can be found within FAST, our Fusion Application Support Tool. This is found under the Procurement Cloud Training Group and the Purchase Order Training Center under the Learn menu option. To request access to FAST, email us at access@oracloud.plus. Go ahead and put your name and contact information in the body of the email and set the email title to FAST Access Request. Okay, so key topics for this video presentation are as follows. What is a purchase order? Purchase order types and subtypes. When are orders created? So again, within that single slide FPC or Fusion Procurement Cloud flow. How are orders created? Where are orders created? Who or what creates those orders? And then lastly, why are orders created? So let's get started. Okay, so first up, what is a purchase order? Well, a purchase order is a commercial document and first official offer issued by a buyer to a seller indicating types, quantities, agreed prices for products and or services. It's used to control the purchasing of products and services from external suppliers. Next, purchase order types and subtypes. So to keep it simple, there's types of purchase orders, goods and services. There's a bit of subdivision within each for different reasons. Within goods, you can have inventory and non-inventory orders. And within services, you can have quantity, or what we'll call variable rate, or dollars, or amount only, or fixed rate. Well, when are orders created? Well, again, this is an FPC overview. And so you can see here that we've got two services under procurement, one purchasing services or self-service. So you can see there's requesters, and those requesters add to cart, submit for approval, approvers approve, and catalog orders get auto-generated, and receivers receive them at desk or dock. Well, what happens if there are no pre-negotiated consent constructs to be requested, meaning things to add to your catalog, SmartForms, etc.? Well, then if no item or catalog is found, you're going to create a non-catalog request. So that ushers all, well, one or more of the sourcing services transactions along the bottom right to left. So suppliers to register, contracts can be created either non-financial or pre-purchase like a master, or non-financial like a non-disclosure agreement. You have category managers that may source or what we'll call negotiate in Fusion, produce a contract. And then buyers may enable the content in that contract, again, making catalogs, or they may just create an order. So that's when orders are created within the overall flow. All right, so how are orders created? Well, orders can, as we said before, be auto-generated, right? That's the catalog request. They can be manually generated from catalog requests in the buyer workbench. They can be manually created, so there's no requisition. We just go in and create one. They can be generated from sourcing events and generated from contracts. Where are orders created? So this looks similar to the requisition page, and it should, right? So you have requesters can initiate or rather search catalogs, add to cart, and at that point you could have requesters in the prototypical self-service procurement manner coming in here and producing cart requisitions. You could have other applications within Fusion, read supply chain, or you could have external applications. We talked about the ability for other applications to feed into Fusion. You could do that as well. Those get submitted for approval, approved, become orders, and get received at desk or dock. And so those orders will be created in Fusion. So who or what creates those orders? And you see them here on the left, but it's largely the requesters. So again, same type of thing. They go in and create their requisition. That requisition makes its way to become an order. You could have buyers or contract admins, sourcing specialists, external applications, inventory applications, as well as external. And they could all push their way directly or indirectly into orders. Regardless of how they get into an order, then they're received at desk or dock. So it's a little who or what can create them there on the left. And so lastly, why are orders created? Well, first, usually most importantly, they're a binding legal agreement between the buyer and the supplier. In fact, best practice organizations start to implement a no PO, no pay process, and they put it in their contract documents because it makes the process, maybe in some ways, a few extra steps, but it's uniformity. So it's just so much easier to manage and report on. So that's why a lot of those orders are created, and it starts with binding legal agreement. Next, they can facilitate pre-purchase approval. So again, no PO, no pay. And then it also can facilitate invoice. I use auto approval, but this is matching. So if I have a purchase order, the line on the purchase order provides a validation for the item price being charged on the invoice. And so there's a process called matching. And there's obviously a process as well from a receiving standpoint. We'll cover that in receiving. But this auto approval is the invoice when it's received and input. It links to the PO and it comes back and it is balanced against that unit price on the PO for approval. Okay, so are you ready for the next video? Well, do you understand what POs are, how they're created, when they're created, who or what creates them, and why they're created?
If the answer is no, then either watch again or feel free to reach out to me directly. You can see here on the left, that's my email address, and I'm always available to answer questions. If the answer is yes, great, then maybe you want to watch more video. So you can go to our playlist out on YouTube by going to YouTube and searching on ORACLOUD Plus Inc. Or you can go from our website to the tool we call FAST, the Fusion Application Support Tool, and you can access the full catalog of our Learn, Use, Configure, Integrate, Deploy, and Support videos online. So that's it for this tutorial. We hope you found it informative, and keep watching.